If you feel like, if you're like a hypermobile human or just a human and you feel like your hips are coming out, as people like to say, then here are some exercises. Hip subluxation is the term, the medically term that we would use for, oh, my hip feels like it's going out kind of a thing. There are a couple there's a million things you can do, but really the sauce is in strengthening our supporting muscles. There's not really much you can do about your wonky connective tissue, right? If you're a hypermobile person, because we just have wonky connective tissue. We can't make it tighter. We can't make our rubber bands stretchier, and well, we can make them stretchier, they just won't go back, right? So all we can do is straighten. Well, this is why. Okay, we're gonna try again. Okay, so since we can't really make our connective tissue normal, what we can do is strengthen the muscles around them, and a lot of it is glute work more than anything else. I'm just gonna start with the easiest, simplest stuff to do because that's where we should all start. I will say the biggest mistake that I think that people make is when they decide, oh, I'm gonna make my body function better and I'm gonna do all the things, we just get a little too excited and people jump right in with adding weights and adding all of this extra stuff. But just like pause on that, because really, if you are not functioning well from a movement perspective and feeling really, really strong with just your own body weight, we don't need to be adding more weight, which I know sounds like common sense, but it's just not what health and wellness kind of preaches to you. Everybody's like, lift heavy, lift heavy. Well, first lift your own body weight. Let's just start there. Especially for hypermobile people, we need to find our proper alignment and really activate muscles that we don't use enough or a lot because it's just not naturally where our skeleton wants to rest. So we have primary work to do first. And then once that feels really good, then add the weights, sure. But first, we're going to start with just plain old your body. Okay, let's see. Where should we start? Oh, a bridge. A bridge is like, you do a lot of bridges. Okay, so for a bridge, simplest version to do, you're going to lay down on a mat. Now, when you're laying down, I was saying in the last video, lots of think about your belly going to your spine. Think about your belly going to your belly button going to your spine. Same thing, okay? So you want to find this nice neutral position where your ribs are like not going to be up and flared out like this, right? They're going to be laced together. This entire spine is going to be making contact with the floor, and you're going to be thinking about your belly button. You don't have to suck in for the life of you, but you're just thinking about your belly button going towards your spine. You can leave your arms down at your side at neutral. Sometimes I'll put mine on my ribs, whatever. Do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. That's not the important part. But truly, think about starting the movement from the very tip of your tailbone way down there. And you're going to think about that going, think about it lengthening first and then moving up like this and then sequentially, okay? So first I'm here. I found my nice neutral. My ribs are laced in. My belly button is thinking about going towards my spine. I am lengthening. And then this guy's coming up because there's nowhere left for it to lengthen. And then I'm going to find this nice, hopefully I'm in a straight back place. Here we are. Hopefully I'm in a flat back. We stay here and you just hold this for a little bit. And then we're keeping, right, our ribs closed. We're keeping that belly button thinking down towards the spine. And we're trying to keep this nice and straight and elongated. And then we're going to sequentially, again, roll right back down the same way we came up, just opposite, right? So starting way up here, we go down, 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 bit by bit. And I'm not squeezing my butt cheeks to high heaven. I'm not washboard abbing, like flexing, but I am kind of just keeping everything held in, right? So it's not like a free and easy breezy moment, but it's also not like a gripping moment. It's somewhere in between, right? It's contained, but not restrained, if you will. Okay, so let me do that a couple times without talking so much. Okay, we lace up our ribs. We come to that nice flat back. We're lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. Up comes the tailbone. We find our nice, hopefully straight line. We stay here with our ribs laced, our tummy, belly button headed towards the spine. Our butt cheeks are engaged. And then after you've held, you're gonna sequentially roll down. You'll feel lots of engagement in here and up here too, but a lot in here. We roll, roll, roll. Do that a few more times. Hypermobile people, when we come back to neutral, it's really common to want to go right here because this feels like it's neutral, but it's not. This is. Okay, so, do as I say, not as I do, I guess. But honestly, you probably will do this. Just come back to a correction spot and go, whoops. And then, especially, and bonus points if you say it out loud and you say, oops, I got to go back to neutral. That's just telling your brain you're creating a new neural pathway that says, hello, I am fixing this thing that my body thinks is normal, but it's actually not quite. And we like giggle about it because why would we do anything else? Okay, so that's the first kind of primary one. Lots of side lying stuff, which I have to be honest is not my favorite thing as a person with hip bones that dig into the floor, but get yourself a little mat, get yourself a thick mat if you need a thick mat. And here we go. First one I would do is an easy breezy clamshell. Yeah, clamshell. So you want to lay on your side. Same thing. When you're laying, we don't want to let this belly come out and open these ribs up. We want to think about lacing these ribs together. Belly button is aiming towards the spine. Okay, and we're trying to keep that nice neutral position. I like to keep my hand right here over my ribs because it's just a little reminder of, oh yeah, tuck that shit in, sister, because I love a rib flare. Once you're here and in your nice neutral, all you're gonna do is take this top leg, this guy, and open it up towards the ceiling, the sky, if you're outside. We keep our feet together up, and then we go back down. Now this one, she's kind of a bitch, I think. So for people who really sublux a lot, you're not going to love her. But it's doing the things we needed to do. And this one is as simple as that. Same thing. You want your glutes, your booty engaged in the back, but we are not cracking nuts with our butt cheeks, like squeezing them to high heaven. We're just keeping them engaged, okay? And the goal is slow and controlled. You don't want to do anything fast just to get it out of the way. It's way better to do 3 really slow and controlled ones rather than 30 like this, because we're not doing much there. Do a few more. 40. You'll feel that one all up in here. Okay, so that's a good one. Internal rotation is missed often for people, and this one is some secret sauce. So I would use a block. If you have a yoga block, cool. If you don't, grab some books or something, just whatever doesn't hurt your knee, because it'll hurt your knee. If you're like an EDS fibro-y person, this can be like a really, really tender fascial spot. So just, careful, something soft. While you're here, we're doing that same thing. Okay, we're side lying, lacing up our ribs. Belly button is thinking about going back towards the spine, and we're here, right? All we're gonna do is keep our knee in contact with whatever your surface is, And oh, if you need something really soft, just roll up a towel or something like that. It'll still give you that elevation just without the ouchie of it. And then you're going to lift your foot towards the ceiling this time for internal rotation. If you need something under your bottom hip, do that. Same thing. You can just do a little rolled up towel or something, because if you're bony, your bones are going to be digging into the ground. You don't have to point your toe, but you can. Same thing, slow and controlled. We're not doing like super fast business here, because why? We're working smarter, not harder. Not to say this isn't hard work, because it is actually. Ooh, look, see, I'm already getting kind of like irritated. You can tell where my weak spots are. I'm happy to share them and show them with you though, because like, you know, we've all got them. So that's some easy internal rotation. Well, not easy, but you get it. Easy internal rotation stuff that will really help with stabilizing. Side planks are one. You can tell how I feel about those too, but it's true that they're helpful. So if you are a plank person who's like, yes, give me all the planks, I love a plank, well, then by all means, again, ribs are laced in, belly button going back to the spine. Do whatever you want with your arm. We're just holding here for as long as you want. This is another good one. I probably need to go up more. I really do utilize a mirror a lot. Mirrors freak people out, which I have learned in my new office. I put a big mirror in for like when I'm teaching people how to do movement stuff, but I treat a lot of mental health, and obviously I'm working in a counseling office. People's relationships with mirrors is very interesting. My own included. Like growing up being in like the ballet world, I've always been aware. We look in the mirror a lot. As hypermobile humans, I think looking in the mirror is actually like super important, because a lot of times we feel like our body is doing something and we feel like we're in the right position, but we're not. Where other people have better proprioception, right? Which means basically they can do a good job of knowing where their body is in space. Not us spicy folk. So a mirror is actually like something that is very helpful tool, so that you can be like, oh, actually, whoops, I am not doing the thing that I thought I was doing, but let me correct that. Also, I would say if you have a very hard time looking in the mirror, that is probably, rather than kind of running away from that, I would like get curious about it and be like, I wonder why I hate looking in the mirror, because there's whatever's underneath that, there's some magic there. Because once you figure it out and go back to whatever it is that makes you hate the mirror or avoid the mirror or whatever, I guarantee you will unlock something that's going to just help you level up in your life. And then inadvertently as well, you level up in your movement too, because now you're able to use a tool that's really going to help you know where your body is in space. Okay, clamshell, side plank, glute bridge. Yeah, I like all of those things. What else do I like? I don't know, maybe some leg swings. Okay, I'll do a few more hip things. This is by no means extensive, but all of these ones that I'm going to do are like just like really good starting points that are easy to do with stuff around the house or no stuff at all. I hate when people feel like, oh, I can't do that because I need to have this and that accessory. No, you don't. No, you don't. People will sell you anything, but most of the time we can life hack it with shit we find around the house. Okay. And usually it's a rolled up towel is my answer to a lot of things. So another hip stabilizer kind of a guy is you want to go down and be in this kind of like I'm on my knee position. Again, you're going to notice I say this a lot. Lace your ribs together. and then keep that belly button thinking about going towards your spine. And we have a long, long, long neutral spine. I'm going to try and keep my arms out of the way. And then really all we're going to do is lean forward and come back. Forward and back. This is like a baby movement. Okay, we're not going to our full end range of motion. We're not doing wackadoodle things. This is little and controlled. And if your knee hurts on bottom, like mine does right now, you know what I'm going to say. Fold up a towel and put it under there. Especially if you sublux a lot. Your patella, I mean. So we do that one. That one's pretty easy. Same thing, but from a sideways position. Okay. So I didn't really move much. The only thing I did is now I'm facing this way instead of facing that way where everything's turned in. Now I'm turned out. This guy is still straight down. You want your toe straight behind you in the back here. And then this guy doesn't really move from the last position that we were in. Same thing. Ribs are laced up. Belly button is coming back to the spine. We're trying to keep a nice, straight, neutral spine. And then we lean to the side and back up to the side and back up to the side and back up to the side and back up. Again, we're not going to our full range of motion. It's small, it's neutral. Hear all my shit popping all the time. Happens. Ribs laced in, belly button back, neutral spine. We are nice and square here. And we're just taking it small and return. Small and return. And the longer you do this, like at first you'll be like, that's not really doing much. But the more you do it, the more you'll start to get a little bit shaky. You'll be like, whoa, why is this so hard? And don't fret. That actually means you're waking things up that haven't been woken up, and we love that. Another thing for hips is you probably have some gnarly trigger points back here, but I'll do another video on that another time because I've been talking too long.